There we go. Let's just make sure we're live. We are. One chat down, I'll just do the other one. Okay. Okay then. Good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday night. That means comms for Tier 6. So welcome along. This week for Aero League Racing, Series 20. We're on round 7 and we are at Kyoto, Yamagiwa and Miyabi, the joint track. So this is actually this is one of my personal favourite tracks. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's an absolute tyre shredder. So we're going to be treated to some super interesting strategies this evening to Tier 6, see how they get on with it. We'll go through the order, see what tyres people are on. We're going to have a mix of softs and mediums for the sprint, depending on how people are able to get on with that. And then we'll look forward to the feature as well. So we'll go through the order, starting from the front this time, and go through some qualifying to get some ideas what people the pace is like for everybody. So starting off in first place, we have got Reveille, and he managed a 2-minute 19-second 0.8 qualifying lap, which that is fast. Regardless, that's the sort of pace that Tier 4 are at. So he is going super quick. Then in second place, we've got Benke in the first of the Ferraris with a 2:19.9, just a tenth behind. Then in third place, Unimo is doing a fantastic job in the Nissan with a 2-minute 20.3. In fourth place, Boulder is following suit in the other Ferrari with a 2:20.4. Then we've got Munkin in fifth, so he's going to be looking to try and make up as much ground as possible because Reveille is right there with him in the championship, so he's also got a 2:20.4. Then we've got in sixth place, El Bird with a 2:20.692, so almost well, in fact, an exact tenth of a second faster than Inorganic behind him in seventh. Then in eighth place, we've got Pusher with a 2:20.9. In ninth, we've got Gum with a 2:21, and in 10th is Lord Hands, a 2:21 again, but a 0.4. And Ollie, I think this might be his debut for Tier 6. Not seen in racing before, but it's good to have you here in a challenging car, the WRX. Excellent for downforce, not so good for many other things, but it's not as bad as the BRZ at least. So he's managed to do a 2:21.6. And then in 12th place, we've got HK with a 2:21.8. Falcons in 13th place with a 2:22.7. Boyens in 14th with a 2:23.2. And Mike at the back is followed up just a little bit behind with a 2:23.4. So these guys bit of a spread. However, I think we can see why Mike might have been a little bit slow. He is on the hards, so that Lexus really not good on its tyres for him this evening. So let's quickly run through again back to the front and see what everyone's on. So Boyan's on softs, Falcon's on mediums, HK's on softs, Ollie's on intermediates, which is completely the wrong tyre. It's not raining here at all. In fact, I don't think it is possible to rain. So yeah, that's a mistake. So we'll probably see him come in the pits fairly quickly after the start of this race. That's a way to open your have a season over for yourself, isn't it? Lord Hands is on softs, Gums on softs, Pusher's on mediums, which is a surprise really because the McLaren's definitely good on its tyres, so should have been able to work that through on the softs. Inorganic's on softs, Bird's on softs, Munken's on the mediums, so both the Lambo drivers on the medium tyres, Boulder's on softs, Unimo's on the mediums, which isn't a surprise as well, that front heavy GTR will run through its front tyres. Benke's on softs and Revelit's on softs as well. So without any more preamble, let's get this race underway. So we're at Kyoto and it's 5 red lights. Oh, and Revelit's got a jump start already. So he's going to lose that position straight away. Both the Ferraris getting off to an absolutely rapid start ahead of him. Unimo slotting in behind, pretty much keeping his position just about, but he's close behind Boulder in front of him. So let's just run down and see if anything else has happened. It doesn't look like. Is that Ollie? I think he's gone a bit wide. He's giving everybody a bit of a flash, perhaps trying to let them know that he's on the wrong tyre. So this is a pretty good, apart from Revelit on the front ballsing up the start, everyone's got away pretty good. Although he's all the way down to 9th now. He'll be absolutely screwed over that one. So as we come into the first hairpin where the tracks join and everyone's getting through, there's a little bump just on the way through that corner where it can be a little bit unsettling for the car and it's quite easy to lose it. So Revelit has made one position back up now into 8th, and he's going to be desperately looking to get back up to the front end of the grid as much as he can. So everyone managing to make a pretty good start to this race. Benke definitely getting off to an absolutely blinding start with his teammate close behind. So well done those two guys as they rejoin the original part of the track. Unimo doing a pretty good job keeping up the pace on the racing medium tyre. Will be at a disadvantage with that, but he's not letting the Ferraris get away too far from him, and don't discount him towards the end of the race either once those tyres start to come into their window. As Bird goes a little bit deep in that last corner and everyone else managing to make it through okay, it seems. Mike up to 14th now. Munken's had, oh dear, what's happened to Munken then? So he was doing quite well. So we come into another part where it's easy to unsettle the car. As you can just see, he gets a little bit of a tank slapper on. Oh, and he's put it in a wall. Oh, and he's right on the racing line as his teammate has to take avoiding action, and he does a good job of waiting out of the way for everybody. Mike manages to get around as well. That is a shame for him. He will definitely not be enjoying that one. That's going to gift Revelit a whole bunch of points, even though he's had a bad start to the race as well. So let's just jump back and see what everybody does through here. So are we going to see Ollie come in? I mean, look at that. Already the tyres are so worn out from just one lap. And he's not going in. He's going to stick it out. He's made his mistake and he is going to own it. I mean, at this point, you're probably going to come last anyway, so you may as well take a pit and try and get some decent lap times, but fair enough. So Mike's going to be closing down that gap as Ollie takes a little trip through the grass and gets a little bump on his re-entry. Mike goes through. Munkin is also going to be closing him down pretty quickly, and as the front Boulder is sticking behind his teammate, making sure his mirrors are full of him. There won't be any brave moves on him, but if Benke makes a mistake, he will be there to capitalise on it. Absolutely no doubt about that one. So Unimo still not far behind, but still managing to gap Bird behind, who is on the softs, and that Genesis, especially towards the end of this race, its tyres are going to be screaming. So Unimo doing a great job trying to get as much of a gap as possible from Bird behind him whilst his tyres are still fresh. Then we've got Pusher in 5th, Inorganic in 6th. Revelit has made his way back up to 7th now. And I think Inorganic has also made his way up a few places as well, up into 6th place. So these guys also managing to get a little bit of a gap to those behind him. So Gums in 9th, Lord Hands is in 10th with his teammate just behind, struggling a little bit on that corner. This whole track basically just a series of chicanes and hairpins, hence the extremely high tyre wear. As he goes a little bit wide, just catches the grass on the way out, as he's going to slow up a little bit, and Falcon's going to be behind him, dipping another wheel in the curb, or in the grass, sorry. A little bit of netcode there as well as he jumps across the screen. Falcon dives down to the inside, goes a little bit deep and pushes out wide as a result, unless that's an intentional effort to try and get a switchback, but it doesn't work if it is. So Munkin's made it past Mike and Ollie at this point, so strong work from him trying to recover as many points as possible, maybe electing to try and get into 10th place before the end of the sprint so he can get reverse grid pole. And Ollie finally comes in. Look at that, I mean, that just shows it's the wrong tyre, doesn't it? Over halfway on lap 2. So it's not going to be the best start for Ollie, but we'll wait and see how he manages to do in the feature before we get any kind of representative performance from him. So Benke's having a pretty clean drive at the front of the field here with his teammate close behind, who's got a little bit more of a gap against him now, but still not too much, as Boulder gets a purple sector through the S's. And another one. Current fastest time from Benke, his teammate, with a 2:19.9. That is really quick. Those two Ferraris doing an absolutely stellar job. At the front, Bird looks to be closing the gap a little bit to Unimo in front of him. Just a tiny amount. Probably trying to push those tyres as much as he can whilst he's got the use of them. And then we've got a little bit of a gap as Inorganic is now up to 5th place. Revelit's in 6th, so where has Pusher gone? We have lost Pusher. Oh, I think we've had a disconnect. Pusher's not here. Yeah, so we have lost Pusher. We're down to 15 drivers. We may have even lost another one. I'm not too sure how many we had to start with. I'll just give it a quick check. Oh, there was only 15 to start with, so we've lost Pusher for the sprint. We may see him return in the feature. There has been a bug in this game, but it's usually the leader of the race that gets disconnected as they cross the line, so not too sure what's happened to Pusher. So Boulder is getting a lot closer now to his teammate, making sure his mirrors are full of him so that may force an error and he can get that pole position back. Benke going for the slightly more defensive line into the hairpin, and they go side by side a little bit on their way out, and Boulder opting to take a different line to maybe try and get more exit speed to close that gap. There's nothing yet, it's not going to work. So Unimo is running a fantastic race in third place. Another lap or two and we'll start seeing those mediums really come into their own. Bird's having a really good result. Look at the gap behind him to Inorganic. And Revelit all the way back up to 6th now. Trying to make as much of a headway as he can to catch Inorganic. He's got the slip. And it's arguably the better car on its tyres. So will we see something in the next few corners? He's not quite close enough just yet. Just needs a couple of good braking zones, although Inorganic is extremely good in that Mazda as he really cuts the corner to try and get as much speed through that little chicane, or kind of half chicane, as possible. And he's right behind him now. Are we going to see an overtake coming into turn 1? It doesn't look like it. He's still not quite close enough. Getting his personal best lap though. So we'll drop down. Falcon is into 7th place. Lord Hans is right behind him. If he makes a single mistake, Lord Hans is going to be there to pounce on him. But look at the difference in tyres now. The softs are getting to about their halfway point and they are just going to drop off rapidly from here on out. So the medium tyres for everybody on them are going to start coming into their own, and we'll see some pace getting unlocked as Falcon goes a little bit wide. Lord Hans follows suit, opting for a wide in and a tight out. These two very close together, and we'll see what's going on behind. Boyan is not far behind Gum, who's not far ahead of Munken either. Munken, look at the difference in tyres again. So he is desperately going to try and get that 10th place ahead of him before the end of the sprint. Only 2.5 laps to go. What can he do from here? As we've got quite a massive gap to Mike behind, who's really not having a great time on the hard tyres, and Ollie has come out also on the hards. That's a bit of a mistake again, and HK has come into the pits. Why has he done that? Clearly not enjoying this race, or maybe he's got something to take care of in the real world, so he's parked it up for the remainder of the sprint. And at some point here, Boulder's managed to take the lead. So let's just jump back. When did this one happen? Here we go. Coming on to the connection between the two circuits. Getting a really good exit out of there. Following his teammate up the hill to the left-hand hairpin. Oh, dives to the inside. Gets an absolute. Loads of speed through that corner, manages to make it stick somehow as he goes deep on the exit, but holds it together, and Benke maybe just gives up the position a little bit too easy just because it's his teammate and I don't want to take each other out. Oh, as Boulder's going a bit deep into the final corner. Benke's now going to have the slip coming through it. A pair of them almost identical tyre wear and an almost identical fuel as well, so clearly of a pace with each other. And now Unimo was a bit of a gap behind, and he hasn't got long left. As he goes wide as well onto the grass, it's going to be dirty tyres just for a few seconds. It's not going to help him into the next long right-hander. Bird's behind, and his softs are also looking pretty spent now. Every time you go around one of these long left-handers, that's just going to heat up those front tyres, especially with all the extra weight of the front engine car. Inorganic behind, also similar, but arguably the Mazda is one of the best on its tyres for a front engine car, and he has closed that gap to Bird massively in the last couple of laps. Reveille's still behind, doing much better on his tyres, but not able to close the gap enough to Inorganic in front of him. Falcon just one set of corners away from Reveille in front of him, managing to make the most of the medium tyre ahead of Lord Hans behind him, who is definitely going to be struggling into these last couple of laps. Munken's managed to make it up into 9th place. Let's just jump back and see where that one was. Not long ago at all. Coming into the right hand hairpin, a little bit wide. Oh, and it looked like Gum had just gone way too deep into that braking zone and gifted Munken that position. So Munken already in 10th with reverse grid pole, and Gum goes deep. Munken takes the place. That's going to be good for points, and he still manages to start the... Oh, they really come close into that corner. But yeah, so 2nd place for Munken now on the reverse grid start. So still managing, or hopefully still managing to make some good points for the feature. And that front right tyre of Gum is absolutely dying. Munken goes super wide around here, but he's got the tyre life to hold on to it. We'll just quickly jump up and see Lord Hans is still just far enough behind Falcon to not be a nuisance just yet. Reveille looks like he's managed to close the gap again to Inorganic, who's backed off a little bit from Bird. His tyres maybe go... Ooh, Bird really cuts the corner tight through that one. Trying to get some space between him and Inorganic again. And actually he's done a really good job with the tyre management in that Genesis with the soft tyre. It's really looking not too bad. So Unimo looking a little bit more worn now in 3rd place, but he's done a spectacular race to hang on to that position from the start, benefiting from the mistake that Reveille made off the line. I mean, the Nissan's no real match for the acceleration of either of those Ferraris. So Benke has backed off completely now from Boulder, who is running away with this sprint and has absolutely phenomenal tyre wear. Out of the whole grid, the pair of them have done an absolutely brilliant job, blistering pace for the level of tyre wear that they've managed. So the pair of them doing a really good job, and well deserved 1-2 for the Ferrari team. All they've got to do is keep it pointing in the right direction, and as these tyres wear, we do know that the Ferrari can bite back a little bit if they're not careful, but I think the way that they've managed it, they're going to be okay. So let's just quickly jump back just to see what happens now. There's the final few corners. Is Reveille going to have a dive to the inside anywhere? I don't think he's got the time or the tyres to be able to do it. Oh, he has got the tyres, sorry. He does need to just chuck it in somewhere and try and get his nose in front of Inorganic. He's running out of time. Inorganic making a fantastic job with that soft front tyre pretty much dead now. So we'll quickly jump through and we're going to see a Ferrari 1-2, unlike any result from the Formula 1 team this year. The Ferrari GT3 team make it a 1-2 across the line. Sorry about that, let's just jump back. So Unimo comes in third, Bird makes it into fourth place, Inorganic just ahead of Revelet, gets across the line in fifth, Revelet takes sixth. We've got Falcon who's hung on to his seventh place, has a little celebratory wiggle across the line. Lord Hands in eighth, Munkens crawled his way back up to ninth place, good recovery from him. Boyan's in 10th, Gum dropped it with, look at that tyre wear, relinquished the position to Boyan ahead of him, gets 11th. Mike and Ollie now racing for position on the hards. Who can make it? Ollie's going for the outside line into the last corner. Is Mike going to have anything to get on it? He just about shuts the door on him and hangs on to that 12th place. And Ollie doing a good job recovering, considering the mistake with the tyres at the beginning of the race. So there we go, and HK hangs it in the pit lane, and we will just quit it there, just so they don't have to wait for the 3 minutes for it to count down. So that was a great bit of racing from these guys for the sprint race. Let's load up and jump into the feature race. Right, hopefully that was quick enough not to see the result. Let's jump through the grid from the back. So Gum starts in 15th place. Not too sure why he's from 15th place. I think that should have been Pusher, but Pusher's back for the feature. So Gum's in 15th, starting on the racing medium, perhaps going, well, let's talk about strategy. I would imagine that most people here are going to go for the two-stop in any combination of medium hards, and if you're good with your tyres, you might get a medium soft. So Gum starting on the mediums, but looking to make up as many positions as possible. In fact, I think Gum might have had a qualifying penalty, so we'll start from the back for both races, wouldn't he? So there we go. So Gum starts 15th on the mediums. Pusher is in 14th on the hards, and it is possible to do the one stop, and the McLaren is definitely one of the cars that can do that. It does require a little bit of time management, but it is definitely doable. So HK also going for the hard tyre to start with in 13th. Ollie makes the right choice this time round, gets the racing hard tyre for his Scooby-Doo to start with. Mike ahead of him on the hards as well. Now we get reverse grid. So Boulder's looking to start on the mediums, making up as many positions as possible. Benke doing the same thing and starting on the mediums. Unimo this time round starts on the mediums too. Bird's on the mediums in 7th. Inorganic is on the softs. Brave move. You can definitely get a couple of positions if you're quick with this one, but your tyres are only going to last a few laps really before they're spent. So definitely a 2-stop from Inorganic in 6th place. Revelit's in 5th on the mediums, maybe going for a 2-stop with that strategy. Falcon also going for the mediums in 4th place. Lord Hans is on the mediums as well, out the first of the podium positions in 3rd. Munken is going for mediums in 2nd, and Boyan is going for the hards. So we may see him lose that lead quite quickly, although the Citroen is obviously quick off the line anyway, although it is a rolling start. So with that, let's get this rolling start sorted and the feature race underway. As they come up to the line, getting ready to start as the pips come, and there we go, we are off. No one able to make a move just yet, as Munken on the softer compound will be looking to close the gap to Boyan as fast as possible ahead of him. Lord Hans already having a look on the inside of Falcon. And Falcon gets it. Oh, we saw was that just a little bit of contact there from Lord Hans and Revelit? I think it goes a bit wide, gets just a tiny bit of a bump, and we see him go off. Oh, and Falcon's gone straight into the barrier, and Lord Hans has spun it as well. Oh man. Oh, that is terrible. He's just going to sit there just to unghost, and that is absolutely terrible for him. So let's just jump back one more time just to see this. So he follows Falcon. Falcon goes wide as well. They're both going wide. Gets a little tap on Pusher there. Oh, sorry, Revelit there, sorry. Falcon hits the curb into the wall, and then, oh, that is just so annoying. He goes straight into the back of him and spins him round. Mike making a great move, threading the needle on these guys at the back. Ollie getting right in the thick of it. Oh, and who was that? Oh, and HK's managed to do it as well. So both the Renault drivers not having a great start to this race at all. So let's just see what anybody does coming into the first hairpin. Everyone just about gets through. Oh, these guys are going 3 wide. My goodness. Mike's got his elbows out, hanging on to it. I mean, he's up to 6th place already. This is a brilliant start for Mike. All that chaos to the opening few corners, and he has done very well. We can see Revelit, who's also lost out from the start, all over the back of Boulder, having a look on the left hand side. Going to take the long way round. Boulder dives to the inside as well, so does Benke. So at least one Ferrari so far. Oh, there's a little bit of contact from Mike again. As they come up the hill, Boulder's going to have the inside line. Can he get enough done into the next left-hand hairpin? Mike Sates still on the inside, but Boulder's got ahead. So that's good from both the Ferrari drivers. I heard some tyre squealing behind. Revelit's managed to make it. Oh, he's still in 9th, but he's got Unimo right there as well. We've seen from the sprint, Unimo's got the pace, and Revelit goes super wide. Oh, and he's given that position up. Oh, we can see his teammate Pusher's looking to get through against Ollie. The acceleration of that Subaru is quite quick though. Dives to the inside as we get a little flash from Ollie. He's got the racing line. Don't think there's any contact there, so Ollie just goes out wide naturally for being on the... Oh, and we've got another one. Boyan's binned it as well. What's happened here? Seems like a pretty good line. Is he going to go out wide onto the grass? He does, and he can't hold it, and he's just put it straight in the wall. Ollie's looking to... Well, he doesn't quite get close enough. So that is, oh, and he collects the wall again. The physics of this game sometimes getting right in the way of where you want to go. So it comes now up into 13th from his starting place in last position. Ollie's in 12th. HK is right on the back of Pusher now. After seeing his little mistake earlier, Pusher having to go defensive into the right hand hairpin. Oh, and he goes deep, and HK gets the switch back on him. Is he going to be able to get it stuck? Oh, Pusher's managed to keep it side by side pretty much, and hang on to that position. How he's managed to do that, I don't know. HK really should have closed the door on Pusher there. Good driving from Pusher to get that position back. The pair of them on the same compound tyre, so it is like for like pace. So Mike's down into 9th position again after having got up to 6th, but he is on the hard tyre. Revelet in 8th position, still not far behind Unimo, who takes a super wide line, getting it all kinds of wrong through that corner, and gives the position back to Revelet. And will we see him make a dive to the inside? He's on the medium compound tyre. He's got the grip. Revelet is definitely taking a defensive line, letting Unimo know that he's not going to play ball, and he's going to have to work for it if he wants to get that overtake. Brilliant defensive driving from Revelet. Unimo all in the mirrors of the drive. Oh, and Revelet's gone deep as well. This is going to gift in the position. Unimo just needs to get a good clean exit. Is he going to go for a switchback, or is he going to try and hang it around the outside? Opts for the outside. Oh, and Revelet gets a snap. But I think that's going to be enough now for Unimo to get the position coming down the straight. He's got it, but once that McLaren gets into 5th gear, it manages to pull it back somehow. Is he just about ahead of him? He's giving him plenty of space. He needs to shut the door on him. Make sure he knows that there's no way through, as Revelet is side by side again. These guys going toe to toe, and Unimo finally gets the move done. After about, 5 corners, he gets that position just back, really. Good driving from Unimo. Boulder and Benke both up into 5th and 6th respectively. Good start from these guys, both starting in 9th and 10th place, so capitalising on all of the madness that's happened so far into this race. Bird still doing a great job in the Genesis in 4th place, ever so slightly on his own, but I'm sure he'll take that, not having to worry about compromising his racing line and looking after his tyres. Falcon's now in 3rd place, I say just behind, just a little bit of a way behind his teammate in 2nd place, and Inorganic has managed to make his way all the way to the front on the soft tyre. And will we see him come in this lap, or is he going to try and hang it out to get 4 laps out of that soft? I can imagine that the time difference already is going to be significantly slower than his current personal best of a 2:21.3. Let's just hang on with him for a few more seconds to see if he comes in. Is he going to die? He doesn't go for the pits. He hangs it out for 1 more lap. A brave move. You could see that tyre puncture this lap. Munkin is right there. Any mistake that Inorganic makes, he is going to gift that position back to Munkin. Oh, not like that though. If he keeps it, and his teammate's gone wide as well. Manages to keep it from spinning around and collecting the wall as Boyan did earlier. Both the Ferraris working together, and as Boulder just collects the wall, that's going to sting for a little bit, although his lap times might have been a little bit quicker than his teammate, so he might catch that up in the not too... and Munkin's spun it round. What has happened? Oh no! This is not good for his championship points. Takes the tight line. Oh, just gets a little bit of a tank slapper and can't hold it as he takes it straight into the wall. And then he hangs up, waits for these guys to get through. Oh, he's going to have to wait all the way to the end. There's a whole bunch of people coming through. I mean, it's just the best of sportsmanship, but oh, that is just going to hurt so much. As he still stays off the track. Oh, down into 13th place with damage and dirty tyres. Oh, that is going to have ruined his strategy for the night. How disappointing for him. However, Inorganic will be loving that one, as he's just about got a pixel left of tyre life, coming to the end of lap 4. He's got one sharp left-hander and another one, a little chicane after that. Will his tyre hang on? I don't think it's going to. I think after this corner it's just going to be kaput. There it goes. And he's gone super wide. You can see him just sliding out already. He's going to have to be super cautious as he comes through this one. It's so easy to get it wrong. On this corner, he's really slow through there. Falcon's closing him down massively already. You can see how much he's closed the gap. And Organic just about hanging on to first place as he's gonna, well, he has to come into the pits this time round. Falcon uses as much of the slipstream as he can and takes the lead of the race. At least one of the Lamborghinis getting to the front of the grid. So Bird now gets promoted up into second place from that pit stop. Benke is right behind him now in third place. Boulder's managed to close the gap as well after his little contact with the wall last lap in fourth position. So both these Ferrari drivers working together really, really well, working very smartly. Unimo kind of by himself again, as Bird was earlier, which we will be more than happy with. But he takes a super wide line into that corner. He could definitely take it a lot tighter and get some time back. Rivulet not too far behind him now, not quite being able to do enough to close the gap, although the difference on tyres already should see him starting to close the gap. He really needs to start pushing forwards a little bit. Push has managed to make his way back up to 7th now, as he just gets past Mike. Let's just jump back and see. Oh, he did it a bit earlier. I think that was Mike going for a bit of a dive on the move. Pusher taking a super defensive line into the right hand hairpin, goes a little bit deep. Mike looks to take the inside, slows it just enough, not quite enough to get the grip on the exit of the corner though, as he gets loose. Gum in 8th place, so he's having a pretty solid result here considering where we started. HK is in 10th, Ollie's in 11th, Munken is right on the back of him already, so he's got one position back from Inorganic, which is due to the pit stop. Munken manages to get ahead of Ollie. Ollie was flashing his lights. Was there anything? Well, he seems to be flashing his lights all the time, doesn't he? There's a little bit of a bump, but there's nothing too bad about that. I would say that the move was mostly completed before there was any contact. Whether or not that ends in a steward's submission, we'll have to wait and see. So far there's not been anything. So Inorganic now on the medium tyre. He's done his soft, so he's going to be... Are we going to have to sit? He might have to do a soft medium soft medium hard. Only on lap 5. Maybe he can string the medium out for... What have we got? He did 4 laps, that's down to 40, so he's got to do 7 laps on a medium, which is very doable. I mean, he could do 8 laps on a medium, but the tyre will be pretty dead by the end of it. Whether or not that works out quicker or not, we'll have to wait and see. So nobody's... Oh, as we do see Munken come into the pit off his mediums on lap 5. That is an early pit stop for a medium tyre. Unless he's doing a medium hard, or medium doing 5 laps on the mediums, 8 laps on the hards, trying to do what he can, considering the strategic error that he made by binning it completely from second position. So Falcon, his teammate, still in first position. He's got Boulder and Benke behind him. Boulder's managed to get ahead of Benke now. So when did that one happen? Well, quite some time ago, it would seem. Here we go. What happened here? Oh, Boulder was already ahead of Benke. So that must have happened ages ago. Right. Catch up to where we were. So a switch in positions, but Benke getting a little bit off the racing line, slows him down a little bit too much. That's going to leave him open to Bird, who's there to capitalise on that mistake. Looks to try and get through on the S's, but doesn't quite have enough. Well, he definitely had the speed, but just doesn't have the room. He'd have to have backed out on that one. Oh, dives to the inside. Is he going to make it stick? Doesn't make it work this time round, but he's definitely making sure that Benke knows he's there. Benke certainly can't rest on his laurels in this race. As soon as you make a mistake, there's always going to be someone there to pounce on you. So we'll drop down quickly. Reveille is up into 5th place. I think he's managed to get... No, it wasn't him, because Unimo's in 6th. Pusher is his teammate behind him in 7th in the other McLaren. Gum's in 8th, who looks to be closing down the gap to Pusher as well, although his tyres absolutely spanked on this one. Taking a much tighter line. That is the way that you want to take that corner. You see the difference in tyres and compounds. Pusher's got loads more left than Gum behind him, but Gum is really on it. Oh, gets a little bit of a power slide on out the exit. And what do we see here? Was that an overtake for Mike? It wasn't. It was HK having a look at the inside of him, making sure he knows he's there, maybe trying to force an error, and he is. Oh, just forced a little bit too much. There's a little bit of contact, but he gives the position back and looks to try and close that gap up, maybe for the next corner. Mike manages to recover enough composure through the corners, keeps the position of 9th, but will we see? I mean, that 6 laps on the hard, and it's worse off than Gum in front of him. And who have we got? Who's gone off? Who was this? We saw a yellow flag just briefly, so someone's managed to... Oh, it's someone at the front. What's happened? Oh, it's Falcon. What has he done? Oh, he's gone way too hot into that corner. And then he's got a power slide on, and he's just binned it, and no matter how much you turn left, the physics just will not let you pull out from a barrier. Oh, that is disappointing for the other Lamborghini driver. He's now down in 5th, and I think he might even lose that position to Unimo as we come into the first corner. And that's it, he's lost it. He's down into 6th place now. Good evening, Benke. Good to have you with us. So we'll see what's happening up here now. So Bird's managed to get up into 3rd place. Or he's lost it down into 3rd place, I should say. So both the Ferraris have managed to get past him. So we'll just drop back a little bit. When did that one happen? Oh, do you know what? It's too far away. There we go. So Falcon loses it into the start-finish straight on lap 7. Will we see Mike come into the pits on this lap as well on his racing hards in the Lexus? Doesn't look... Oh no, I think we have. Nope, not this time round. So Boulder is now on the net lead in first place with plenty of life left on his racing mediums. Benke, his teammate, in second place. Bird's in third with pretty good tyre wear, all things considered. Revelet is in fourth place, not too far behind him, but with slightly better fuel, so that's definitely going to help him out by a second or so in the pit lane. Unimo is in fifth as we just see Falcon trying to get the position back. Unimo goes deep. Going to see Falcon try and get a switch back out of this corner. Closes the gap massively to Unimo. Backs out of it a little bit though. And he closes the gap again. Unimo definitely doesn't have the speed through the corners like the Lambo does. And Falcon's going to go and try and hang it around the outside. Really scrubbing his front right. And you're not going to get anything done around there. Unimo hangs on to that fifth position. Although his front right is also looking pretty spent, the pair of them. I think within the next lap or two we're going to start seeing a series of pit stops. So pushes behind. He's still got plenty of life left on his hards. Gum has got absolutely nothing, and if we're going to see his tyre let go on this corner, well, going very slowly, but just about hangs on to. I mean, that is just literally 1 pixel thick or thin. Super slow through the corner, and the tyre's gone. So that's it. One more corner left to go. We're going to see. So Boulder comes in off the medium, as does Benke, and so that is going to be the medium softs for these guys, I think, or medium hard. Gum comes into the pit as well, and Mike has also got a flat tyre, so he comes into the pit off his hards. Lord Hans is in 12th with a bit of damage, and is he going to come into the pits? He does. He dives in as well. His mediums are pretty spent. Munken has pitted as well, so now on the hard tyre, is he gonna? I don't think he's gonna make that go to the end. You never know, he might do. If he looks after his tyres and everyone else does a two-stop, he might still manage to make some places back, and if he does, that will be an absolutely epic recovery drive. Boyan still got plenty of life left on his hard tyres in 12th place. Ollie has opted to pit for a new set of hards in 13th. Mike comes out in 14th. Lord Hans is on a brand new set of mediums. Bird is now in the lead currently, but does need to pit on the mediums, and he's doing a really good job in that Genesis. A fairly substantial gap to Falcon behind him, and his mediums really are looking tired now, so he is definitely going to have to pit if he doesn't get a puncture this lap. I mean, he's not going to be able to make it any more than that, so he's going to have to pit this lane. It's just whether, sorry, this lap, it's just whether or not he gets a puncture before he gets to the pit lane. I think just like many others, we're going to see that tyre let go around the next left-hand hairpin, just a couple of corners before the pit entry. You can just hear how slow and careful he's taking it around that corner. Pusher is going to be closing in rapidly with that kind of pace. He can smell blood. I've no idea how he's managed to make that tyre last. I don't think it was worth going that slow for it though. He's only 2 corners, and there he goes. The tyre's gone. He's got to come into the pit lane. Bird's come into the pit lane as well. I can't imagine Pusher's going to come in. You know, he's going to take the lead. He's got I mean, he's only halfway. So I think we're going to see Pusher try for the 1-stop in this one. As he opts for the extremely wide line through turn 1 as well. Perhaps not quite so intentionally. Inorganic. Well, he actually inorganic still, because Pusher has got to pit. Inorganic now could get that first place back, but I imagine he will have to make another pit stop as well. So that pole position is still all to play for these guys. The strategy really playing the ultimate key in everybody's race this evening. Okay, so Reveille is now up to 3rd. HK is in 4th. Bird's in 5th place on a brand new set of softs. I was not expecting to see that. He's going to be desperately looking to make as much space as he can as he goes to the inside of HK. Can he use the superior grip of his brand new tyres against some very used racing softs, and he gets the move done. Sorry, that's the wrong car. So Reveille in front of him, his crosshairs firmly aimed on him. I don't think Reveille's made a pit stop yet either, has he? Oh, he has made the pit stop, and he's on the next step up in compound, so there'll be plenty of time for him to be able to close up. Although I must say, Boulder's managed to keep the gap to Bird super tight, so he's had a fantastic drive on his new set of mediums. Although already we can see how much Bird's managed to get a fantastic exit through the last chicane, and he's closing that gap up to Reveille massively through that sector. Will we see the same thing again through turn number 1? I mean, if you look at the mini-map in the top right hand corner, you look at pretty much the first half of the grid. Oh, and he takes off through that right hand bend. Absolutely savage bit of curb riding through there. That's going to leave him completely open to Boulder. Going to have damage as well, so it's going to compromise his time for the next 30 seconds. Gives Reveille the breathing room that he needs. He's going to have to go defensive into this right hand hairpin. Send Boulder around the long way round. Oh, and gets a little push on Boulder as well. Didn't have the room. Has to yield that position. Tyres clean and damage renewed, or repaired even. Bird is yet again on the charge. Whilst he's got the tyre life, he's already a third of his way down, if not a little bit more. And he's only been on his softs for a lap and a half. Oh, as the Ferrari of Benke in the background takes a trip across the grass. See these guys battling it out. Unimo going wide again. He does like a wide line through these corners. So I think he's lost that position to HK ahead of him. Benke's going to be looking to... Oh, Benke's got it. Unimo didn't get a good exit at all out of that left-hand hairpin. does seem to get a better exit through that chicane though, so will we see anything happen here? There's Benke and HK. Benke goes on the outside of HK. Oh, but he doesn't get it moved. HK cuts back, and Unimo's managed to make, in fact, just drop back and see that one again. Plays the patient game, sees these two battling, takes the tighter line, gets the position back, gets a good exit, and HK comes into the pits, so Unimo's managed to do a brilliant move and get that position back off of Benke. Superb driving from the Nissan driver. So we've got HK in the pits. Gum only managed, what was that, 2 laps? Yeah, lap 7, did lap 8, lap 9, and then came in again on 10. Only 2 laps on the soft tyre, and I hope he hasn't gone for another set of softs. So I'm almost certain we'll see him come out on the hards. It looks like he's fueled for the hard tyre. Nope. Oh no, he's gone for the medium. Thank goodness for that. So 7 laps should be quite doable on the Genesis. Boyan's in to the pit lane, comes out, and I think he'll be on the mediums as well. Yes indeed he is. So Mike is in 15th place now on his second set of tyres. The mediums looking like they're on their way out. He's got to do another lap or 2, although they do seem to have lasted a fair bit better than does that, he can't have, that must be penalty because it can't have had 3 pits in a row. So Pusher's now in the lead with Revelant close behind. Inorganic looking to make a move. He's really used up the tyre life of the medium compound tyre, and God, the gap between these guys, they're all toe to toe at the front of the grid. The top 5 are having an absolutely phenomenal bit of racing here. That boulder looks to the inside of Bird. There might have been a little bit of contact, but he gets the move done, gets the position, and 3 of them are in to the pit lane. Bird with almost no fuel left, so he's definitely going to lose out the most out of the pit stop phase. And what have we got here? So Revelant is now in the net lead, opting for perhaps the 1 stop. The medium tyre will definitely last another 6 laps if he's looking after it the way that he has been. We've got Boulder in second position, who pitted quite early off of his first medium, so he's going to have to make another stop to change the compound. Unimo is in 3rd place. Might be a bit touch and go if he can make it to the end on that tyre. Benke also having to make an extra stop to change to a different compound. Will we see these guys go for a soft, get into perhaps lap 14 before they go for it? And we've got Inorganic on a fresh set of boots, so in 5th place with everybody ahead of him apart from perhaps Revelet, who needs to pit, so he's going to get at least 2nd position back. So it's just a case of in the next 6 or 7 laps how much he can close that gap to Revelet, whose tyres will be pretty dead by the end of it unless he does have to pit, in which case, where are we at on the track? Let's quickly have a look. Let's wait until he goes through this. Let's just start a sector time at some point anywhere around here to see how much He has got to close back up. That'll do. So Inorganic using all the track that he can to maximise his pace. Takes the late apex. Beautiful corner. And that's about 20 seconds, which is about a pit stop. So he's either got to make up 20 seconds over the next 5-6 laps, or Revelit has got to pit, and it will be so touch and go as to whether or not he makes it at the end. So let's just see what's going on down here. Pushers in 6th place, Falcon's now in 7th place, Bird's in 8th place, Gum is in 9th place. Everybody is pit for the second time pretty much now, apart from maybe Lord Hands. He might have to do another one. We've got Monken also maybe having to do another pit down in 11th. HK looks to have done all of his pit stops in 12th position, so he's definitely going to gain a couple of positions if everybody in front of him pits again, and looks to have a run on Monken into the left-hander. The long sweeping left-hander takes the tighter line, gets the move done. Is he going to get it stuck through the exit? Monken goes super wide again and just bounces over the curb. Lucky not to spit him out again. So HK has got that move done fantastically. Ollie now in 13th place on, I think that might be his 3rd set of mediums. I don't know if he's quite got the grasp of using a different compound just yet. But it looks like he's fueled to the end of the race. He could have had a medium actually, I'm not too sure, I can't remember what he had now. But he'll be fueled up till the end of the race. He must have his flash button taped down or something, keeps flashing it. Boyan's now in 14th place, he hasn't had the best race this time round. Mike on his last set of hard compound tyres, not too sure if he's had 3 or 4 stops, sorry, 2 or 3 stops, but it is a difficult car for tyre management, that Lexus. However, what it loses in tyre wear, it makes up for fuel usage. It's got one of the biggest, or one of the best fuel consumption rates out of all of the cars on Gran Turismo, or at least it's got the biggest tank as well. So Revelit now, he's got Boulder really close behind him. He's got no fuel, so he's going to have to pit. Boulder has definitely got the fuel, but he's going to make a jump on him through the pit phase, so we're going to have to see Revelit pit this lap, I think. So where is he going to come out? And Boulder gets the inside line. It's a slam dunk. There's nothing Revelit can do about it. And look at the way that Boulder's pulled a gap on him already. It's huge. Well, Revelit just doesn't have the legs left in that McLaren to catch up to Boulder. Oh, excuse me. And Benke not far behind, up into 3rd place now. Unimo in 4th. Inorganic still comfortably behind. Not needing to worry about him, but we're going to see Unimo come in this lap as well. He based his mediums and his fuel pretty much done. So as we come up to the last few corners of the lap, so I was just having a silent laugh to myself with that helmet, as Boulder comes in as well. So he's definitely going to get the jump on him. He's fueled to go to the end already, so that he doesn't have to lose time in the pit stops. Benke, both the Ferraris, identical fuel usage, so really consistent driving from them as Boulder comes out in the lead on the softs, and Inorganic is comfortably behind him. And he's on the soft compound, so that is going to be it, so long as he doesn't bin it in the next few laps. Boulder has got a feature win under his belt. So Inorganic in second place. Still got plenty of tyre life left, but he is going to have to manage it a little bit more. I don't think he's got any hope of... I mean, look at the times. All relatively consistent. Apart from... Oh, he has managed to get a couple of penalties as well, but... So long as he can keep consistent lap times, he might be able to do something within the last lap. Reveille also on the soft, so he's going to be under pressure, or Inorganic's going to be under pressure, sorry, from Reveille within the next couple of laps. That McLaren will be quick on its soft tyres. Benke also going for the soft stint. Probably not quite close enough to challenge Reveille, but if they do end up closing up, there is a podium on the line, because Inorganic is going to have a lot to defend by the end of this race. And what have we got here? So Bird still on a used set of mediums, fuel to the end. Pushes on his slightly better mediums, fuel to the end. Unimo on a set of softs with very slightly lower fuel, but should have enough, so long as he's careful. So Falcon getting a little bit of a tank slapper on out of the hairpin again on the racing hard, so that'll see him to the finish of the race. Gum again. Oh, his tyres really are quite bad, but got plenty of fuel left, so overall not the worst finish for him. He did start in last place, so in 9th place now, so not doing too bad at all. Ollie's in 10th, getting a top 10 finish and some points for his ALR debut, although whether or not we'll see him lose any of those for a lack of compound change. I really can't remember if he did change his tyres, change his compound or not. HK's in 12th. I think we're going to have to see him come in again. He's got plenty of fuel, but not so much tyre life left. Munken with a fresh set of mediums in 12th place. This is going to be absolutely terrible for his championship. He almost had it in the bag a couple of races ago, and he's really had some unfortunate incidents and just poor performances, and just really hasn't been able to get the results that he wanted. Lord Hans is in 13th place. Boyan is in 14th. His tyres will definitely see him to the end. Mike should just about get to the end of the race. He does seem to run through the hards a little bit quick though. However, at the front, in complete control of this race. In fact, I think, yes, in fact it was, wasn't it? He got a first place finish in the sprint, and this is going to be, so long as he keeps it on the black stuff, a double header for the Ferrari driver. An absolutely fantastic result for him if he manages it. And look at the gap already to Inorganic behind him. There's absolutely no way that Inorganic can close that. In fact, Reveille is managing to really hang loose out the back, but close that gap up to the Mazda driver ahead of him massively already. He's got 2 laps left. The medium tyre pretty tired, pardon the pun, but let's have a look and see what the tyre life is on Reveille. Oh, he's got plenty left. getting the fastest lap as well, a 2:20.1. Inorganic's going to see that, he's going to see it in his mirrors, he's going to see the fastest lap, he's going to be breathing down his neck, so he's just going to try and keep his composure. And he loses a little bit of time every time he misses an apex. Reveille is really hunting him down. Oh, Inorganic's going wide. You can see he's on a very limited grip. Just quickly jump back because it looks like Unimo has managed to get past Pusher, I think. He has. Oh! What happened there for Pusher? Was that contact or did he just hang it a bit loose? Oh, yeah. Hits the curb. Oh, power slides through that corner. Manages to hang on to it. Absolutely brilliant bit of a drifting from Pusher there, but his tyres are going to have overheated from that one. Pushes him a little bit wide into the left. And now he's got to try and do it all over again to get that position back from Unimo ahead of him. Oh, he's not going to do it like that. Goes way too deep and off into the grass to mow the lawn. So Unimo's going to run away with this one, I think. On the softer compound. Ever so slightly more worn now, but only 2 laps to go. I think he's got this one in the bag. Oh, Gum. Having had a really good race up into 7th place, but that tyre, I don't think he's going to make it all the way to the end. We could see that let go in the next lap, or half a lap to a lap, I think. So we'll wait and see. He's going super slow as his teammate comes behind him with plenty more life left on his tyre. We're going to see a little bit of team orders. Hopefully Gum lets him through easily. Really revving the Genesis out. Trying to close the gap, and you can see the indicator on from Gum. It's telling him which way to go. He's going to give him the room. He just can't close the gap. Considering he's got no tyre left, Gum is doing a brilliant job. Oh, that's just said a little bit too much too soon. So, goes super slow around the last hairpin. Bird's going to be there. Oh, and Bird's just not getting past him. He stays out on that tyre, not worth the pit stop. Oh, I don't know if it's a mistake or not. Didn't have to take fuel, but how much time is he going to lose on his lap from not having any tyre left? And Falcon's going to breathe down his neck as well. Oh, and Gum's lost it. He's got nothing left on that front right. It's just going to be a case of trying to hang on as the tyre lets go. That's going to give Ollie a position, although he might even run out of fuel. As you see Munkin come around 11th. Is he going to be able to close that gap? Oh, probably not. So let's just jump to the front of the grid. Again, this has been a commanding drive from Boulder here. Got it right on his tyre strategy, got it right with his fuel usage, got it right with his teammate, the pair of them having done a brilliant job for the first half of the race. Inorganic just about got a bit of tyre left from Reveille behind him, who's only just got a little bit more, and he's only got a few corners before he's got to give that position back, or before he's got to cross the line and hang on to that position, sorry. So What can we see? I think he's done it. Maybe not. Right, Boulder comes across the line in first position, takes the win. It looked like it was going to be brilliant. So how does this one go then? That Mazda really is fast off the line, out the corner. Oh, and Inorganic just has to tuck back in, but it's a very close second and third position. Inorganic doing a brilliant job hanging on to that position. Benke comes across the line in fourth, which is a brilliant result for the Ferrari team. Unimo does a stellar job in the GTR, getting across the line in fifth. Pusher comes in to sixth place now, with his windscreen wipers going as well. Bird managing to hang it out just enough in the Genesis in seventh place. Falcon, don't know what he was trying to do there, but gets eighth place. Ollie gets ninth place. Gum manages to hang on to 10th place with a front left puncture. Munkin claws his way back up to 11th. It's a disappointing race for him, both races really. And Lord Hands gets 12th. Boyan comes across the line in 13th. HK again with another puncture, the second or third one of these we've seen this evening. And finally, Mike has somehow managed to go through the racing hard a second time. He's absolutely ragged that Lexus across the track. Really not having a good time with it. But he'll bring it home as always. Missing his teammate this time round. So not doing quite so well for the constructors for those two guys. Although I don't know if they were that far up in it anyway. But even so, it's all points and it all is part of the competition. As he goes colliding into the wall again. Manages to not get damaged that time round. One corner left to go for Mike. Okay, so well done everybody. That was no doubt a very hard race, and you all did really well. Different strategies really came close at the end there, especially for the top five. So well done everybody in that. So we'll just quickly run through the standings in the championship, because there has been a development. So Reveille has taken the lead of the championship from Munkin. I think he did that last week, but my word, has he extended the lead with a whopping 206 points for first position. Munkin, after having, frankly, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying, two terrible races this evening, he is still in second place, but only with 167 points. So I'm pretty sure there's only one race left. I don't think Munkin can do it. I mean, it's pre-stewards at the moment, but that might be the championship for Reveille. And if so, congratulations, well done. Inorganic is closing the gap to Munkin in third place with 144 points. Pusher is still in fourth place with 128, but very close behind him after two fantastic race results. A win-win for Boulder is now in fifth place with 125 points. That pushes Bird down to sixth with 123, who is tied in that position, with Unimo in 123. Then we've got Benke in eighth place with 117 points. HK is in 9th with 96 points, and Gum just a point behind him in 10th with 95. Then in running out the rest of the grid, we've got Lord Hands in 11th, Falcons in 12th, Fudo's in 13th, Boynes in 14th, and Crackavelli, who hasn't partaken in most of the races, in fact he's only been in one, is in 15th. Mike's in... Sorry, I missed one. The deadliest Magikarp of the other Mazda driver, he is in 16th place. Mike's in 17th place as well. And Ollie gets some points in his first race. He's in last position, but he's there with 8 points with only one race remaining. So it's still not too much to worry about. However, that has been your race at Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagiwa and Miyabi. Next week we've got the grand finale to look forward to at the Nürburgring. And if there's one little tip I can say for that one, don't forget to practice in the rain. I've been Bluebeard. Thanks very much for watching. And same thing next week. See you guys later.